Hi guys and welcome back to another Dot Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Round 11 of our MotoGP World Championship is upon us, and it's time for the Finnish GP of the Kymiring. So, my least favourite track in MotoGP history probably, the Kymiring, and unfortunately it is raining. This is probably the worst thing we could have had happen to us this season, but of course we are featuring the brand new race suits which came out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I don't even remember when, but this is actually my first time using the race suits, the wet weather riding suit, because for some reason it just never appeared for me. Every single time I tried it, it just never came up, hence the reason why I never did a video on it. But here we go, we're actually wearing one here today, and we're already down by 9/10 of a second in the first sector. This is going to be one heck of a challenge, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if we're going to go into Q2. Let me just get that out of the way with. All I can hope and pray for is if we have a dry race. I don't know what our pace is going to be in the wet. I certainly don't know what our pace is going to be in the dry, because I'll never find out. And unfortunately, we're just going to have to go for it. Just see what happens. I don't even know how to even tackle this track the best way. I struggled in Moto 3, I struggled in Moto 2, and I think I'm going to struggle here today in MotoGP. So I guess if you want to see me brought back down to reality, now is the track to watch me do it. And now going into turn 11 for the right-hander, the rear tyre is absolutely burning up already because I must be accelerating a little bit too much. I toyed with the idea of increasing the traction control to traction control 4. I toyed with the idea of reducing it, increasing it, everything, and I just could not find any rhythm whatsoever in this circuit. The tyres just kept burning up, even when I brought on the acceleration even gently and just being really soft and subtle on the brakes and on the acceleration. I still couldn't get this one to work, and unfortunately across the line we are going to be probably about 4 seconds behind across the line. It's going to be 4 seconds behind. What a absolute disaster. 4 seconds behind Jack Miller, who's at the top of the timing screens right now with a 1:50.061. We are 1 second behind Takaki Nakagami though, so I guess not everything is all doom and gloom, but it's pretty much when you're at the back of the grid and feeling pretty sorry for oneself. Now we'll give it another thing. Of course we have moved up to traction control 4 to see if that makes the difference. I'm hoping we can just find something. We need to find something. You know, I'm trying power setting 2, TCS 4, power setting 2 and TCS 3, power setting 3 with TCS 4. Super difficult. We're going to do a couple more laps, but I really don't think we're going to improve by that much. I guess if it is going to be a wet race, we'll work on wet weather sort of race pace, but I'm not sure, you know. Miller with 1:50.061 at the front. This is going to be such a tough Grand Prix. This is rather embarrassing to say the least, and someone who prides himself for being pretty good at the MotoGP video game, we're looking a bit embarrassed right now. I certainly have egg on my face right now as things stand as we go wide going into turn 10. We certainly won't be improving on this lap, and I tell you what, we might just be going into the qualifying, or at least the qualifying 1 session, just accepting defeat. Just lying down and taking it and accepting defeat here in today's video, because there's not much I can do. I've really tried everything in this one, and these were probably my best 2 laps out of the entire duration of the Grand Prix. I have to spend more time with the Kymiring, I really do. I need to learn this track and just get better at it, because it never works for me. I never like it. I just can't seem to get anything right. I can never get any momentum going as we now go wide into the final corner with an absolutely abysmal showing of practice. So the end of practice, Jack Miller is at the top of the timing sheets with Maverick Vinales, and there's that man again, Johan Zarco, the World Championship leader. So no doubt we are going into Q1, and these are the riders who will be joining us, so a plethora of talent in qualifying 1, all battling it out for a position in qualifying 2. So qualifying 2 is now upon us, and what do you know? It's actually dry. It's a cloudy sky, but the track is dry, and for some reason Grant is wearing his wetsuit still. Maybe it was just a little bit cold here in the Kymiring, I'm not too sure, but for some strange reason I'm wearing the wetsuit, and I don't believe Alex Marquez is wearing one. Might have been able to get closer and see if he has, but at least now we can go back to the original settings, the TCS at 3, anti-wheelie at 3, engine brake at 4, and power setting at 3. But of course, No sort of inhibitions now. It's going to be a case of just going for the medium front and soft rear, as a couple of riders have gone down to the left-hand side of the screen there. We'll avoid them and just begin to bring in some fast lap times, or at least I hope so, going into the next couple of corners. But a little bit update for you right now. Joan Mir at the top of the timing screens with the 1:43.422, and Frankie Morbidelli joining him going into Q2 potentially as things stand right now. And as speaking about the world champion, he has gone and crashed into some part of the track, I'm not sure which, and Danilo Petrucci has done the same. But I don't know if you noticed, but we were only down by 1/10 of a second there in the second split. Third split is coming up now. What I did find is where the third and the fourth split is where I lost a tremendous amount of time. So we'll get a better indication in a minute's time as we go into the right-hander. We lost 0.6 of a second into the third split alone. Unbelievable. As we now go into the left-hander and to the right-hander, it's going to be a simple case now of where do we end up. Can we at least qualify a little bit better than last position? I don't mind anywhere else, but just that dreaded last row. Across the line we will go, and it is third place. It's temporarily third place, of course, because we have now been bumped down to 9th position. And I tell you what, I think that's Valentino Rossi also wearing the wetsuit during a dry session. So I'm not the only man on track right now with the wetsuit still for some strange reason. Now, if we can stay within arm's reach of Valentino here, we might have a chance of just improving our lap time and maybe qualifying a little bit better. Because right now, I don't think we're going to go into Q2, because you can see on the timing screens we are 1.4 seconds down to Joan Mir, the fastest man on track right now. But check out Jorge Martin in second position, actually, the man on board the Pramac Ducati. He looks like he's going to go to the top of the time sheet any moment now. As we go on the left-hand side, flick it to the right for turn 8. We're up by 1/10 of a second now, 2/10, 3/10 here or there, as we'll go a little bit wide going into turn 9. That will cost us a bit of time, but bringing on the power with a nicer, smoother acceleration, we're getting a little bit more time back. Still down by 7/10 of a second though, so unfortunately, no matter what I do or say now, I guess it's going to be curtains, and we are doomed for a very, very low position in qualifying. But we'll have another lap or two, so it's not all the end of the world just yet. But Jorge Martin did go to the top of the timing streets with a 1:42.505. Plenty of orange sectors on the left-hand side of your screen there as well, from Marini, Savadori, myself, Marquez, Bastianini and Paul Espargaro. And Rossi is still there. I'm not sure where he's going to go. Hopefully he goes up a little bit higher than where he is, but unfortunately for us, we're not going to do anything about it. And never mind, Rossi's decided to jump into the pits. He says, I'll come back later, thanks. Well, across the line we will go. We will improve, but where to? We go up to 8th position. Certainly nothing to get excited about, but a little bit better than being dead last, wouldn't you say? Now going into the left-hander of turn 2. Continue to hold the line then to bring into turn 3, then bring it hard on the brakes for turn 4. A little bit wide, but we are up by 0.4 of a second, or at least we were, until I made that little bit of a gaff. And now bring on the power, the soft front and soft rear, looking a little bit warm now. But we'll still see what we can do. Got plenty of power, plenty of fuel, as we're only down by 0.3 of a second. If we can qualify around 15th position, I'd feel a little bit better about myself, but right now, doesn't look like Alex Marquez is going to improve. We still are up by 0.2 of a second-ish, maybe about a 10th now. It's got, well, we've dropped a little bit. It's not as looking as much as I thought it would be. In fact, it's gone now, as Rossi's just crashed. This is, we might improve, but just by a little bit, as we completely, oh, goodness me! We went completely wide, got onto the grass, and that is session over for the man on the Aprilia. So the end of qualifying, Joan Mir and Jorge Martin go up into qualifying 2, and of course for us, we're going to be starting from 18th place on the grid. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single Dot Race upload, and I'll see you tonight at 8 PM for the Grand Prix. Thanks for watching guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dot Race video.